my luck, take my plan, take me where I have no chance. I don't care, I'm still free, you can't take the dice from me. Make me doubt, do a check, tell 'em I ain't passing it. Burn my plans and boil some tea, you can't take the dice from me. There's no chance, I'll roll a 3, now I've got a D20. You can't take the dice from me.
And we're back, here in Ruttin Shiny. Pleasure to be here. Nate, how are you feeling about this session?
Bombastic, really fantastic. That's
okay. Is that where the name came from?
That's most of that song that I know. I guess boombastic is a word, but like I think the only reason most people know it is because of the song.
I thought the word is bombastic. I don't think boombastic.
Oh,
is a
you're
word.
right, but the song is called Boombastic. So
yeah, Boombastic is a song by Shaggy. Come on, man. Bombastic, high sounding, but with little meaning. Inflated.
okay, now Google the word boombastic.
I did, and all it came up was a song by Shaggy.
Okay, well, there you go.
So, there you go. Well, anyway, Nate, do you remember what happened last time?
Let me see here.
Did you do your homework and go back through and listen? Because I did.
Well, I kind of did because I edit the episodes, but I went to the medical facility that had been overrun by some kind of virus or some unknown thing. Anyway, so we kind of went on a side tangent that probably wasn't terribly interesting because it was like set up for like a whole plot line that we're not going down. But
Gerald got knocked out of it.
Gerald got knocked out
too.
And then he was incapacitated. Maybe he still is. I guess I'll leave that up to you. And then we went and we met a merchant of various wares. Had a bit of a miscommunication, I guess. I guess you could call it. That's my perspective. I mean, this is revisionist history, right?
Yeah, well, you shot him accidentally.
That did happen,
on purpose,
but it wasn't an accident.
So
I shot at him on purpose. I connected with his tissue on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what if the armor hadn't worked? Like, you'd still be completely liable for then shooting that man.
Oh, for sure, but I wouldn't have felt bad at all because he was trying to sell me the armor. So if it hadn't worked, that would have been kind of the point.
Maybe he didn't tell you what it was rated for. Maybe this was only like BB gun rated armor.
Again,
this was like
he got
1A.
what he deserved then.
All right. So that's where we're at. We have completed 2 full sessions. We are halfway through our journey. Nate, did you keep track of how many dice you have remaining in your dice pool from last time?
No.
You keep setting yourself back, man.
Hey,
you're losing the opportunity to
Cody,
level up. Okay, tell you what I'm gonna do.
I will win this RPG with one arm tied behind my back.
I tell you what I'm gonna give you, Nate. For the entire game, to make up for having to reset the dice pool out of forgetting, we're probably going to lose at least 1 level up for you. So I'm going to allow you 1 free level up right now, partially because I want you to make it through your tech tree a bit farther before we get to the end and get some good stuff.
All right, we're going to keep leveling up those losers, so we're going to change an 8 to a 10.
So your dice pool is now 8, 8, 12, 12, 20? No,
I just changed an 8 to a 10. So it's 8, 10, 10,
8.
12, 20.
Yeah, got to get my numbers right, nerd. And you still have a bonus D4 that you haven't used, right?
I have it crossed out, so I definitely did use it. I think I used it on some interaction with that merchant.
Well, I know you wanted to use it after the fact.
No, I did use
the
it
check
later.
Of shooting him.
I did use it.
All right. Way to be honest. It's hard to earn D4s. Maybe if I'm feeling really generous and you do something amazing and there's no other immediate reward around, I'll just give you like a D4.
All right, I'm holding you to that.
Where we'll go. Well, I'm going to hold you to whatever roll you're about to make with a D20 to see what your next encounter is going to be. And again, if you roll a number you've already rolled, I will let you round to the next number.
Okay. I have rolled, and it is a 7, so this is our all-time low so far.
New low. All right.
Finally something challenging.
So I'm looking at this as a 7, and when I first read the description, I'm like, that doesn't seem that terrible. But then the consequence, if you don't deal with it properly, is maybe a little bit frustrating. So that's good. I'm glad we're here.
Nah.
Okay, Nate. Y'all and the gang, including Gerald, because Gerald is now recovered. He's had more than a day to take lots and lots of drugs. Maybe he still has a bit of a sniffle, so maybe he's not 100%. He's he's 90% right now, but he's not going to die, so that's good. Y'all are hanging out. You're flying along, and you're trying to dodge, all those spam call zones that you get, and I know you mentioned some frustration with Phoebe for just leaving the channel open all the time, so you just keep getting all these random calls. So maybe you're a little more focused on what's going on inside the ship. And things are looking good up in the cockpit, so you make your way back, and you're gonna have a check at your goods. You're gonna do a little bit of an inspection. And as you recall, you have your primary shipment of the black market antibiotics that you are shipping, and that is the stuff that this is why you do what you do. But it's illegal, so you have to disguise it all with your various crates of produce.
Cabbages.
Yeah, lots of cabbages. There's a specific merchant who's really relying on getting those cabbages here at the end of this trip. So you don't want anything bad to happen to him.
Just keep expanding that world into other worlds.
Yeah, man. I love it. And keeping this man in mind, you go and you're actually checking on the cabbage crate. But Nate, you notice, and as you notice that it's a wooden crate, you realize, we're in space. Shouldn't we have, sealed metal containers? Why are we still doing wooden crates? But you lean down, and as you're thinking this thought, you see that there's a hole that's been chewed through the bottom of the cabbage crate. And there's some sawdust around it from gnawing teeth that have gone through the wood. And there's a bit of a cabbage leaf starting to stick out and fall out to the ground. And this concerns you. This concerns you a little bit. What do you want to do from here?
So let me get this straight. Are the antibiotics also in?
No, those are in a sealed container.
All right. So we're not
a properly sealed
idiots.
container. Well, yeah.
So basically, the point here is that we have discovered we have some sort of infestation, probably of rats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go extreme real quick, real hard. Okay, I'm gonna call everyone to the bridge and get everyone together. We're gonna have a little chat.
Okay. Are you doing this over the comm system?
Yeah. I pull my comm up and hey, everyone, I need you to come to the bridge right now. But it's not like a life or death emergency. So don't trip over yourselves, accidentally shoot yourself in the foot, nothing like that. Just at your own time, at your own leisure, at your own pace, make it up to the bridge as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Now, I just need to clarify. By bridge, do you mean the cargo bay where you're at? Because everyone was already in the bridge.
No. Where Phoebe is, because she's flying. So
yeah. Everyone else is up there too. You're the only one who made your way back.
But they're all just chilling in the that. What?
They're just hanging out, man. They're just chilling.
All right, fine.
There's multiple seats up there.
So there's yeah, boss, we're already here. Actually, you just left 5 minutes ago, so we're all.
Yeah, what are you doing? There is a scream that comes over on the response, and Phoebe's like, "Ah, boss, I just saw something run around. It looked small. It looked annoying. I don't know what it was, but is this why you're calling us? What's going on?"
All right, I'm just gonna head to the bridge.
Okay. All right, you head up there, and all the crew members are they're standing up on the chairs, frantically looking around, and you do see a little dash of motion as some small little rodent thing runs from one side to the other. Mm-hmm. And you're starting to wonder if the kind of that weird smell that you've started to been noticed over the last couple of days, and maybe the occasional you thought it was just a speck in the corner of your eye, but maybe that was a little creature running around. You're getting a little bit suspicious that maybe something bad's going on.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Pardon me for just a second while I refresh who's on my crew. This is an internal dialogue that's happening.
You check your manifest, who's on this ship again?
Okay. Yeah.
Rathskeller, who's that guy?
Is not that useful. Okay. Phoebe, I need you to. Can you put this on? Can you put this on like autopilot or, something to? No, actually, no. It's fine. It's fine. You stay here. Okay. Wrath.
Like, what do you want from me, boss?
Gerald, I need you guys to head to the docking bay. No. Storage area. I don't know.
Cargo
bay?
Bay?
Where I guess cargo bay. I need you guys to head down to the cargo bay and bring up all of the suits with life support. And Phoebe, I want you guys to bring them back here, get suited up, get Phoebe suited up, and I'll get suited up as well. And then I'm going to need you guys' help in the engine room.
All right. So, sorry, you're sending Rathskeller and Gerald back, and Phoebe's staying up at the cockpit?
Yeah, I'm sending them to go get the suits, and then we'll stay in the cockpit, and then we're all going to get suited up.
All right, so Gerald and Rathskeller make their way back, and you can keep comlink with them because they have little portable communication devices. And you're just chilling up there with Phoebe, just hanging out in the cockpit? Mm-hmm. Okay. Gerald and Rathskeller are making their way back, but you once again see some motion, and 2 rats run out and start skittering around on the floor, and it looks like they're kind of looking for crumbs or something, and they're sort of like trying to stay away from you and Phoebe. But they're doing their thing. They're skittering.
I'm gonna ignore.
You don't have to respond.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ignore him. I don't think I'm gonna do anything about it.
All right, Phoebe's getting extra squeamish, and you can tell that she's not perfectly focused on her piloting, so you're going to have to keep that in mind.
Phoebe, pull it together.
She's getting a bit nervous. Boss, I can't do rats. I just can't do, there one time I got locked in a box with rats. Don't ask about how and why. It was a weird life, a weird childhood I had, but it makes me real nervous.
Once we get through this, I'm definitely asking about that. But for now, I need you to forget that there are rats. Remember that they're not worried about you. They're worried about probably cabbages and hopefully not wires.
All right. Okay. All right. So just so you know, for the remainder of this particular situation, Phoebe's D20 flying die is going to be downgraded to a D12.
Okay.
So that's the best she can do for checks.
Okay.
And as this is going on, this has been about enough time for Rathskeller and Gerald to get to the back. And they've been going through the equipment, pulling out some suits, and they come across over a little overcom. And, boss, well, we got a problem here. We've got all the suits. We've got all 4 of them, but one of them looks like there's been some rats that got to it. And it's got some holes in it. And we have duct tape. I don't know if that's going to do the trick, though. So what do you want to do, boss?
How bad is it?
Well, like about where the kneecap is, there's like a rat-sized hole in it.
Is that the only spot?
It kind of looks like I'm, there might. Yep. There's a rat inside here. There's a rat.
Okay, why is everybody so afraid of rats? Let's pull it together.
There's no life in space. So when you find like living creatures inside your ship, it's a little unnerving.
All right, sure, yeah, okay.
And Gerald doesn't have an accent, so this is Rathskeller speaking, just so you know.
That's fine. Okay, well, just bring him up to the bridge and bring the duct tape.
All right, you got it, boss. Okay, so they start making their way up. Phoebe is still kind of freaking out. And there is an asteroid in the way that Phoebe is not paying super great attention to. And you see it looming in front of the ship.
Phoebe, eyes on the road.
Yeah? Oh, okay, what's that? And Phoebe's going to roll evasive maneuvers D12. She got a 2, bro. I was going to make it an easy check, which would be a 4. She got a 2.
All right.
Okay, so she very hastily pulls up. But, she's like standing like on the chair. She's not sitting like in the cockpit seat the way she should be. So she doesn't have a good grip on it. She kind of slips. And the ship careens not directly into the asteroid because she manages to at least divert the course a little bit. But it like bounces off the top. And you actually take 2 hull damage to your ship because you were going pretty fast.
Well, whole damage is worse than half damage, that's for sure.
And an alarm goes off, and you've got some beeping and booping going, and you spin around a little bit, and Rathskeller and Gerald come over the intercom. It's Gerald this time. He's like, "Boss, what was that? What's going on?"
I'm just gonna ignore him. I guess it's. Is there anything imminent, that's going to be an issue from that?
Nah, you just bounced off an asteroid. Now your ship is hurt.
All right, cool. Well,
I will say, though, I'm going to have you and every crew member roll a... What would this be? I guess for lack of a better die, I'm just going to say scrap check. This will represent like your physical ability to not let yourself fly across the room and smash your head into the ceiling. We'll say medium difficulty because this was very sudden, unexpected.
All right, I'm going to use a 12.
Right.
I got a 1. Hey, +1.
Okay. So you failed. Let me roll for... I don't think any of your peeps have scrap as their primary. So they're all rolling an 8. So for Phoebe did not pass. Rathskeller got an 8. Gerald also got it. Wow, okay. So Gerald and Rathskeller, they must have been like... They were already hunkered down or something, or they were going up a guardrail.
The two people without any information were the ones prepared for the collision?
Yeah,
okay.
They had it fine. So Phoebe takes a damage, and she gets hurt. Although I'm pretty sure I made all the crew members only have like 1 hit point. Let me check this. Let me check my notes. 1 health each. So I'm not going to say that she dies or anything. I'm just going to say that she gets hurt from this, and she is now damaged. And you take 1 damage as you fly across the room. Maybe because you were standing on a chair too. You're trying to watch out for the rat, and you weren't super strapped in.
So now is this scrap stamina, or because I rolled scrap?
Oh, sorry. That was just the closest attribute to like,
but it's a hit.
Collecting yourself physically. Yeah. So this is damage you take. Phoebe, so she's not dead or anything. Like she'll be okay, but she is not particularly capable of still running the ship at this point. She kind of like slumps over because she flew up and hit her head, and it's like, there's some blood.
Okay.
Let me just say, this was not how I anticipated this encounter.
It is what it is, man.
would go, but that's what makes it fun.
Rats have unprecedented consequences.
They do. They're powerful little creatures, man.
Just ask the ancient city of Messina.
So sad.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to make sure Phoebe's okay while we're still waiting on Gerald and Rathskeller here. Just prop her up, make sure she's in her chair, and make sure there's not too much blood coming out of her.
Okay. Roll wit for me. This will be an easy wit check.
Sounds like I'm rolling an 8 then. I got a 4.
Okay, you pass. Well,
oh wait, I get a -1 to all my rolls because I'm damaged.
Dude, I completely forgot about that mechanic.
That's the first damage
right here
I've
in my
taken.
notes.
So
yeah, okay.
So it's actually a 3.
But you do have a +1 to your wit. That's what I was going to ask about.
I know, but I added that in.
Oh, so
it's a 3 total.
Okay, well, I mean, she's not dying or anything, but you don't necessarily get her in a better situation. Sure. Are you trying to like take over as pilot, or are you just trying to get her settled in right there?
I'm gonna try and put this on a. Well, I mean, I'll be taking over for the meantime, I guess, if she's incapacitated.
Okay. I'll say you move Phoebe out of the way, but you're not providing any like first aid for her. So you are now in the cockpit.
Yeah. Okay.
Since Phoebe is kind of out of it at this point, she's not really thinking about the rats, so she's okay just like slumping over in one of the other chairs. She probably feels real dumb about now, though. Let me tell you that. And finally, at this point, Rathskeller and Gerald make it up into the cockpit. Okay. And they're like, "Boss, what happened? Did we hit something? Is Phoebe okay?"
All right, here's what we're gonna do: get the duct tape out, start suiting up. I will take the suit with the hole in the knee, and let's get that one patched up first. All right, we're using all the duct tape. All right, so I'm gonna slip into the suit, and then we can get it duct taped up as best as possible.
Okay, all right. Who specifically is doing the duct taping here?
I guess I'm gonna go with Gerald. He was the one who knew how to put the suit on properly last time, so I'm gonna say he's kind of in charge of getting us all suited up here.
Okay, all right. Tell you what, for that specific circumstance, this is still going to be a medium difficulty check to actually get a suit repaired with duct tape to obey the confines of space. But I will let him roll an extra D4 with his D8.
Okay.
So let's see here. Gerald is going to roll D8. Oh, he doesn't even need to roll the 4. Dude, this is the third 8 in a row. I'm just using like Google roll a D12 and he's doing fine. Oh, whoops. That's right. Rolls a D8. That's probably why everyone passed earlier, because 8 is... well, they're fine. It's too late. I was rolling too high of a number. It's too generous, but I'm still going to say that they passed.
That's what you get for using the fake dice, Cody.
I know. Okay, here's a D8. Okay, you got a 1. D4 is not going to do it. So he gets some duct tape all around, and he tapes it up real good. But then maybe like you kind of like blow through one end, and you can see that there's like some strands kind of billowing out from the other end, like in the airflow. So this is not well sealed.
Do we have more duct tape?
You got it. It is a space. You have all sorts of duct tape.
All right. I'm going to try it now since he failed.
Okay. All right. This is going to be wit.
Okay, I'm using a D20.
All right.
So important.
Okay.
Dude, I rolled a 1.
Dude, you rolled a that 1 with your 20. No.
Why do we even have different dice? This is stupid.
Okay. All right. You don't notice that the foundation that Gerald put on this like was poor. So you just keep like taping over it, and it's just like getting worse. Like it's starting to pull up at the seams. The tape is starting to kind of like snag at where the rat chewed through it.
Yeah.
I guess you're assuming that you already got Gerald already got the rat out of this, and he's like running free. And yeah, it's fraying. It's a bit worse now. So your suit's not looking great.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the suits here. Are they like pretty tight, or are they kind of do they have a little bit of wiggle room?
Like a little bit of wiggle room. Like they're not like huge, bulky like NASA astronaut suits.
Well, what I'm thinking is if I'm trying to make this airtight. Obviously, the duct tape's not working. If I've got a little bit of wiggle room and it's just a rat-sized hole, then I could bunch it up around the hole and tie it.
I see. Okay. What do you want to use to tie it?
Or we could go a different direction with this here. All right, I'm asking for your thoughts on this.
Okay.
Can I block the vents on the bridge?
You mean like the air circulation?
Yeah.
Type vents?
Yeah. Like, do they have the little rolly thing where you can just close the vent?
I guess what I'll say is that you can like lock out the bridge. So just like most any spaceship, like the different compartments can be sealed so that if there's like a breach in one of them, like you'll be okay in the other. But since you can do that with the bridge, like, yeah, the vents are going to seal in such a way that they're vacuum proof.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'm just going to put on one of the suits that doesn't have a rat-sized hole in it, and I'm going to head to the engine room, and I'm going to have them seal the bridge behind me.
Okay, so just you are going out, everyone else is in there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gerald's like, boss, you sure you don't, like, I mean, we've still got 2 other suits. You sure don't want me to come out with you?
You guys have been rolling a lot of bad numbers.
Bad number? What do you mean?
It's a meta thing. Don't worry about it. Sure. You know what? Why don't you
it.
suit up and come with me? Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do this.
I don't remember who was talking to me, but I want Rathskeller to come.
Fine.
Was it Gerald?
It was Gerald was talking to you. He's kind of sad, but Ratskeller's like, yeah, boss, let's do this. Let's get these rats. Because rat is the first 3 letters of my name, so I know rats.
All right, we're gonna head to the engine room.
Okay, you guys make your way out. You seal shut the cockpit door behind you. And Nate, as you turn the corner, you and Rathskeller enter the hallway, and facing you are 3 rats, standing on their back legs, looking at you expectantly and curiously. And they are barring your path to the engine room.
No, they're not. They're rats.
Oh, okay.
We're going to the engine room.
Okay, yeah, they scatter.
All right.
They get out of the way.
They're like super rats or something.
Biomechanical rats. But Rathskeller is kind of eyeing him. He's like, boss, I told you, I know rats. I don't trust these guys. I don't trust them.
Oh, man.
Okay, you guys get to the engine room. The rats are actually like following you. They think that maybe you've got some good stuff.
Oh,
you've got some good stuff you can offer them. Okay, yeah, they're excited. They're looking forward to this.
All right,
and you arrive at the engine room unaccosted.
All right, Rathskeller, we are looking for anything that might be producing some sort of noxious gas that we can route, hopefully, into the ventilation system of the ship.
I'm going to have Rathskeller roll a wit check. Dang, okay. He rolled an 8 with his D8, and this was a D8 this time, I can tell you that. Rathskeller looks at you, he's like, boss, I told you I know rats. And I'll tell you one thing. If we just take, like, we reroute part of the engine here, and, like, we hook up the exhaust out of the, there's like a space exhaust that all the exhaust goes out to. We just, like, hook that tube up right into the air system. It'll flood the whole ship.
Perfect.
Real quick.
Perfect.
Might take a little bit before it, like, leaves. So we'll probably want to stay suited up for a while, but that could work.
Carbon monoxide never hurt nobody except some rats.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're going to do that, do you want to do that yourself, or you want to have Rathskeller do it? I'll tell you, since Rathskeller knows this, I'll let him roll a D12 instead of a D8.
Then he can... yeah, I'll let him do it then. Unless we can, like, do it together in some fashion that would bolster this.
Sure, I'll let you guys both work on it. So maybe Rathskeller will perform the action, since this is his more specialty, and I will let you contribute to the roll. So I'll say he'll roll a D12, and he'll have, say, with your mechanical expertise, because you have +1 in tech, looks like.
Yeah.
I'll just say he gets a D12 +2, and he's going to have to get an 8 or higher to pass. Hey, that is a 6, so +2 is 8. So you pass this thing. Like I said, Rathskeller knows rats, and he maybe has done this once or twice before. Yeah, maybe that's where he got his name from. I don't know. You're going to have to ask him. Rathskeller's like, all right, yep, so turn that knob and get this thing, and hand me the pliers and the C-clamp, and okay, yep. And it's good to go.
Awesome.
And he flips a switch, because you guys are suited up at this point.
Yes.
We established that. don't gotta do no retcon here. And you guys just die. Okay. And the ship begins flooding with the exhaust from your own engine. And the 3 rats that like followed you into the engine room are kind of like looking around, and they're scurrying around. Then they kind of start panicking a little bit, and after a couple of minutes, they just kind of like turn over and they die.
Okay.
It's a little bit sad. Maybe you should roll a sadness check, Nate. Roll an empathy check.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to get rid of one of my 8s, I guess. Oh, wait, no.
No, you're not losing this die. This is just roll a... Do you have a D10? That's right. D10s are in the system. Roll a D10. This is your empathy check. You're not using the D10. This is just for fun.
6.
You moderately care about the rats.
Yeah, but I really don't, so...
Okay, okay. Perfect.
We'll give it a few more minutes to circulate to make sure, it's gotten everywhere in the ship and knocked them all out.
Yeah. Air quotes, knock them all out.
Yeah, something like that, for the kids.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's children listening to this show.
The rats are sleeping.
Probably not. I don't know. Hey, any children listening to this show, thank your parents for introducing you to one of the greatest podcasts of all time. And then question their judgment.
Also that. I was going to add that.
Yeah.
I was going to tack that on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after a few more minutes go by and the ship is thoroughly filled with the noxious fumes of engine exhaust, which hopefully does not have any other ramifications on the ship. Although, Rathskeller's done this before, so maybe he's cool with it.
Yeah, he's routed the engine exhaust through the ventilation system of a ship before.
Many times. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the go-to tricks. Like, if you have anything going on the ship, you need to get rid of them, just do that. Yeah. Okay. While this is still going, you go ahead and you start making the rounds and you walk through the ship and you kind of go through each spot. And you're finding lots of dead rats. There seems to be a decently sized infestation. Obviously, you're not going to be able to like discover every rat corpse because they're going to be like hiding in their little hidey holes.
Right. It's going to start to smell bad.
Yeah, definitely. Since it didn't already before. And you're seeing evidence of some visible rat corpses.
Nice.
You assert that the job has been done.
Fantastic. I guess dead rat cleanup is kind of the next phase, but I don't know if we want to get into that.
That, to me, sounds like boring minutia that no one cares about. So I'm going to say that you have resolved this encounter. You have to wait a little bit, so this takes up the rest of your day to actually then, like, re-scrub the air from all the nice noxious fumes that you put in. But you slowly get the ship sorted back into order. You get Phoebe into the med bay, and I'm going to say that for the next day, you are not going to have your main pilot. She's going to be recovering. She will recover after the day, but no more Phoebe for you.
What would my consequence have been had we not resolved the issue, just out of curiosity?
You would have had to downgrade one of your dice.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah.
Typical rat consequences of life.
Exactly, yeah. How that thematically makes sense, I don't know. We would have figured it out.
Low morale.
Yes, exactly. Everyone's sad, and you feel bad for being a bad leader, and so your skills decrease.
In a different universe, yes. But not in the one where I successfully killed all the rats.
Choices have consequences, man.
Okay. Day 5. Check mark.
Day 5 is complete, which means it's time to roll your Day 6 D20. What are we going to get?
3.
Are you going to get worse than... Oh, you got a 3.
And we have no pilot.
Dude. Ooh, dude, this is a bad time to not have a pilot. Let me tell you that.
Campaign might be getting cut short here.
Phoebe is recovering in the med bay. She is not up to snuff yet for doing her mad dope piloting skills with a Z. And so, who's taking the con now? Are you going to be piloting the ship, or are you going to have Rathskeller or Joel do it?
No, definitely me if I'm not needed elsewhere.
Okay. Because I guess you have a 0 to piloting, but you can use any die you want, so that's helpful. Potentially better than the D8s that everyone else would be rolling. So you're flying along. It's a new day. That was a weird encounter. You're trying to figure out how a bunch of rats got on your ship and how they started infesting everything and why it took you guys so long to notice. But, life happens that way. Space happens that way. Who can know the ways of space? It's just, it does things like that. And as you're, contemplating life's great mysteries like this, you... with your not as trained piloting skills that Phoebe has, maybe you're not taking the most perfect route, and you deviate just a little bit from the safest route. Dude, I just said route and route within 10 seconds. How do I feel? I think last episode I said data and data. What's going on?
Existential crises.
I know. What's better though, route or route?
It all depends on the sentence. It's the same with Caribbean or Caribbean. It depends on the sentence, and one way it sounds right, and another way it sounds right. So,
and usually one of them is British and one of them is American. So of course we want to do the American thing. Yeah. Hey, dude, gray with an E or with an A?
Generally with an E.
I think it looks better with an A, but it feels more right with an E.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems too simple with an A.
I'm glad we're dragging the listeners through this. They haven't skipped through this part already. All this to say, Nate, the route that you have chosen was a bad one, and there will be consequences. As you're flying along, suddenly pulling up next to you, and you're not really sure why you didn't see these guys coming, or if you just didn't pick them up on your radar or something. There's one ship on either side of you, and you get hailed. And coming across your ship-wide communication system channel thing is this.
Hail, Peregrine-class ship. You are going to be boarded. We want your stuff because we're sure that you have some. So, what's it gonna be? Let us board or we'll shoot you down right now.
I'm going to take a quick assessment of these ships. What's the firepower looking like on them?
They each have pretty standard autocannons like you have. We forgot to deal with your hull damage.
So just a second here. So one thing is that I have a hit, but that heals 1 per day. So I've healed my hit.
Correct. You also have a med bay.
Yeah, which heals double, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I use that either to and ideally patch up Phoebe prior to this encounter? Since I
That's what I was trying to retcon and think about, not to fix this, but whether that extra med bay help would have healed. Because what is the effect of the med bay?
I think you heal an extra 1.
You'll +1 per day.
So I feel like since I only need to heal 1, I could get my heal and then use the med bay with Phoebe.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I want to make this harder on y'all.
Okay, so how about this?
But I feel like to honor the system, it would make sense that Phoebe gets healed because of the help of the med bay.
Well, with or without Phoebe, I was going to stick to air combat here because I don't want these guys boarding.
Okay.
There's a good chance they're going to find the antibiotics, and I would rather get in an air fight than in a hand-to-hand fight. So,
okay. I mean, I will say there's no air, so this would be a space fight.
Space fight.
A vacuum fight, if you'd like.
A vacuum fight. Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. But your ship also heals or gets repaired 1 per day. So you took 2 hull damage earlier, but you should only be at 1 damage now.
Right.
So there is that. So you're good to go. Phoebe is back in the cockpit. I know I keep saying the con. I think the con is just when a captain is on board, not necessarily like if you actually have the controls. Or is it?
I haven't heard that
matter.
slang. What is that, like BSG slang?
I think it's just like standard Navy terminology.
Well, I think BSG has a lot of like quasi, military Navy kind of stuff in it.
Yeah. Taking the con, Nate, in the Navy means to assume control of a ship's navigation, essentially taking over responsibility of steering and directing.
So it's the same as taking the helm.
Yeah.
It's the updated version of taking the helm.
Okay, so it is correct then to say that Phoebe has the con.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna
Unless you're feeling really good and you want to do it yourself.
We're gonna ignore the message and just start blasting.
Oh, okay. Danny DeVito style. I like it.
So anyways, I started blasting.
Yes. All right, Nate. How are we going to do this?
So this is ship combat, right? Where we each pick a maneuver and then we roll for it without disclosing it, before.
Yeah. I'm going to first, though, have Phoebe make a piloting check.
Sure.
Since you're sort of trying to surprise them too, I'm going to make this a separate check to see if you can get the jump on them or if they're ready for it. So I'm going to have Phoebe roll her D20 and the other folks are going to roll their D12. So Phoebe gets a 14. Oh, well, yeah, D12 ain't going to beat that no matter what. So you can go ahead and take 1 free maneuver on these guys.
Awesome.
Before a standard ship combat begins.
Okay. So all that's left of my dice pool are 2 10s.
Okay.
So we're not getting any 12 plus bonuses here, probably.
Well, but since Phoebe's piloting, she just gets to roll a d20 every time.
Oh,
That's
you're
that's
right.
the bonus of having.
Okay.
I guess the downside is you're not really leveling up from this.
Okay, so we're going to go with just firing then. So that if it's an 8 to an 11, we get a hit, and if it's a 12 plus, we get a double hit.
Okay. All right, so this is Phoebe's one free roll. She got a 4. So
Okay.
maybe the pirates or the thugs, the space thugs kind of saw it coming. So they don't get a chance to like actually make a roll and try to fire at you.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of like move out of the way just a little bit, and Phoebe misses her shot. Okay. And now it is into a true round of combat.
Okay.
Tell you what, I want you to be able to do something, so you can go ahead and roll Phoebe's d20, I will roll for the bad guys. So, what is your decision? What you gonna do? What's your maneuver?
Do you also? I mean, you pick your maneuvers for your ships, not based on what I'm doing, right? So you.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe I should think of mine first.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So that.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Let's see.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. So let me get my right die here.
Okay. I am doing just an evade maneuver.
Just an evade? Okay. Make your roll.
I got an 11. Do I add anything to this, or it's just the d20?
Since it's Phoebe, it's just the flat d20.
Okay, so an 11.
What die are you rolling? Because that was loud, man.
That's that metal one you gave me years ago.
Yeah, nice. What color is it right now?
Mostly blue.
Okay. So an 11, so you're just shy of you're getting your 12 plus or whatever, but you can avoid fire with your evade.
Yeah.
However, these fools were doing a full burn. They got a 5, but they have +3 to the rolls, Nate, so they got an 8, which means they get +3 to their next roll. So they're going to get +6 to whatever their next roll is.
So they don't roll individually. They roll as a hive mind.
Oh, that's right. There's 2 ships. What am I doing? 2 different ships.
What are you doing,
Let me roll
Cody?
for the other one. I know. I'm a just terrible DM, man. Terrible. Oh, dang. Okay, so I need a sticky note here. Where's my
Like a
where's my
digital
notes?
sticky note, or
Well, I mean, if it's magnetic and you can like stick it to something, but it's a screen, like then is it still a sticky note?
is it reusable? Is the real? Well, it's magnetic, so it's like that's sticky adjacent.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the ships, they passed the first level of full burn, so they're gonna have a better future roll, and the other ship passed the second level of full burn.
Okay.
So they're getting into position, they're doing some fancy maneuvering, they're getting ready to like go at you hard. So the next round is gonna be a little bit rough, maybe.
Sure.
All right, what you gonna do now, hun?
Excuse me. Good sir. Check your manners.
Okay, here's the deal. One of the only people I like ever talk to is my wife. So the fact that it's gone this long before out of reflex saying "hun," I think is pretty good.
Very funny. Very funny. Okay, you know what they're doing on their turn?
Heck yeah!
All right, I am doing an evade again, since they both just set up for a serious move.
All right. So go ahead and make your roll.
That's a 3.
Dang.
Take some
okay,
damage here.
So nothing for you. All right. Ship 1, who didn't do quite as good, but still passed last time. They're going to fire, and they're going to hit you twice.
Okay.
So you take 2 hits. Second ship, they're going to try fancy. So 8 to 11, they get nothing. But if they get a 12 or higher, they get...
And they
fire
have the
3
+5.
times. They have +8.
+8?
Well, sorry. These ships roll +3 no matter what.
So
So,
they got
he
an
got
extra
also a
+5, yeah.
+5. So he's hitting you with +8.
So if he rolls a 4 or
here
higher.
we go. You got a 12, homie.
So did we just die? What happens here? 'Cause
Effectively 20.
I've maxed out my whole damage here.
So yeah, he hits you 3 times.
Well, okay, I
3
can only
times.
take 2.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say that your ship is now crippled.
Okay.
Systems are down. Life support is probably gonna start failing soon. Potential hull breaches are on the way, and they are now going to board you. Like you're still alive, you're still going, but you've got some real problems with your ship. And your engines are down. It's like you can't move anymore. So they kind of move in, and they are about to dock with the Boombastic. What are you gonna do, Nate?
I'm gonna request another round of combat.
Well, I mean, your ship don't work.
Like
you don't got no engines, so you can't do anything, huh?
Oh, I can't full burn. Okay.
No, homie. no. That's what I tell you. Your engines are down, homie.
All right. Well, nah, we didn't have any combat last. We need some more combat. So everyone get suited up.
Oh.
Get your guns, Gerald.
Yeah.
Gerald, you get the biggest
Slay.
ones you got. Get all the grenades, everything. Well,
All right.
I mean, go easy on the grenades because we're in our own ship. But yeah,
In enclosed space, yeah. All right. Gerald is getting kitted up. Rathskeller, he's ready to party. Remember, he's like a sneaky thief guy, so maybe he's got like a nice blade, and he's gonna like blend into the corner. What's Phoebe gonna do?
Well, I mean, can I get her to stay on the bridge and do, I don't know, anything? Is there any way that she could, I don't know. Could she still fire the guns, or are we just saying the ship is totally just incapacitated?
I'm gonna say that your engines are down, so you can't move. General ship systems are starting to fail. But you can at least pull the trigger. So like if a ship gets in your line of sight, sure, you can fire the cannons.
I guess only one of them's docking though, right? Because we only have one cargo bay.
Well, who said? I mean, they may
said
not
they were
necessarily
moving
dock.
into docking position.
Moving into board. So they may seal to your ship and then blast a hole in the side or something.
I was anticipating them coming. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, there's not much we can do then.
In fact, I'll say that's what you see is happening. One of them is coming into the standard docking ring, so you know where one of them is going to enter. The other one is circling around behind you. You're not quite sure where they're going.
But one of them is planning on docking and boarding naturally.
Yes.
Okay. Then we'll let it happen.
Okay. All right.
So basically, I need everyone to get all their biggest guns. I'm getting that. I got that fancy pistol that gives me +2.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And we're all gonna kind of set up a little not a blockade, but some obstacles to hide behind, and we're gonna camp out just outside of the sealed door.
Do you want to play any demoralizing music over the intercom, or something cool? It's just an option for you.
We're gonna play something from the Destiny 1 soundtrack. What is it? The Last Array, I think. That's a good one.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
one. Okay. All right, I dig it. So everyone's crouched down. You're ready. Like I said, kind of from the previous positions. Is Rathskeller going to be hiding near the door instead of behind your little blockade?
No,
'Cause he's a sneaky boy.
I don't think
or is
so.
He with you guys?
Because we're gonna be blasting at the door as soon as it opens. So.
Okay. Everyone at least has a gun though, and you have your 2-gun. Gerald, since he is a gunslinger boy, he also has a 2-damage gun, so he's good to go.
Awesome.
All right. Well, actually, no. Let's say he has a repeating gun. So his gun doesn't do 2 damage, it does 1 damage twice. So he can, go pew-pew. It's pretty cool. It makes that sound, too. All right. So you ready? You're hunkered down. The ship shakes. At this point, maybe Phoebe can kind of see out the cockpit what's going on. Sorry, wait, is she with you guys, or is she still in the cockpit?
She's still in the cockpit, ready to fire should the event arise.
That's what I thought. Okay, perfect. But you guys, in there, you can't see what the second ship is doing.
Right.
But the first ship is now docking with you guys, and they'd sealed. And there's a little, a clicking sound that goes, and then they do this override, and your door opens up. And streaming through comes 4 space thugs with a gun in hand.
Just
Begin
start
combat.
blasting, man.
All right. So I'm going to say everyone shoots at the same time is what's going to happen here. And it's, again, for attacks, medium difficulty is standard. So it's just 8s for everybody. Okay. So let me make rolls for them. I'll write those down. You can go ahead, and I'll let you roll for yourself and your two bros.
Okay. And so they both roll, did you say 8s or 12s?
12s.
Okay. And then Gerald gets +1 to this as well, because he's got the shoot politely skill, right?
Well, he doesn't get a +1. He just rolls a 20.
He rolls a 20 and Rathskeller rolls a 12. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. The enemies roll 12s. Your crew roll a 20 for their specialty and 8 for everything else. So Rathskeller's only rolling an 8. Yeah. All right, good to go?
Yes, so I rolled a 4 +1, so I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Rathskeller rolled a 5, and Gerald rolled a 15.
Dang. Okay, so this is all going to happen at the same time. This will kind of be like that Western RPG we did back in the day. Not on here, but it's sort of like a combat. Everyone shoots at each other at the same time.
Which is how it happens in real life. It's not Pokemon.
Basically, yeah. Whatever happens, happens. This ain't turn-based RPG. It's stupid. Okay, so I'll run through the bad guys first. If you or your guys get hit, you still get to do your thing. Okay, is basically the idea. So bad guy number 1, he got a 10. He hits you, homie. Psh. So you're back to 1 hit, right? Because you had 1, but you healed 1.
Yeah.
And now you just took 1. All right. -1 to your rolls. Bad guys 2 and 3. They're shooting at Rathskeller and Gerald, but they each miss. Bad guy number 4 he's going to also go for Gerald, and he got a 9. So he hits Gerald, and your crew, they only have 1 hit point each. So Gerald is down. Okay. But you guys can make your rolls now. So both you and Rathskeller failed, right? Didn't get an 8?
Yeah, and then Gerald got a 15.
Okay. So Gerald, since he can fire twice, he actually takes out, let's say, the first 2 guys that came through. Boom and boom. Because they also only have 1 hit point each. Cool. So he drops 2 of them, but he takes a hit himself, so he's down. So it's you and Rathskeller versus 2 more guys. Mm-hmm. Want to do another round of combat, or are you going to try something different? I mean, they're going to shoot at you no matter what. Just what do you want to do?
Did Gerald bring any grenades with him? I'm hoping for a smoke or a stun grenade.
You said grenade, and all he thought was explosives.
Idiot.
So he brought. Yeah.
I mean, I guess let's do another round.
Okay, all right. I'll roll for the bad guys. How'd you do?
So I failed again with a 5, but Rathskeller rolled an 8 on his D8.
Oh, dang, Rathskeller. Nice. Okay.
Oh, wait.
So this
also,
is
can I retcon real quick here? Can I stim pack Gerald? I got 2 stim packs from that stupid space merchant.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you can use that.
I'm gonna stim pack him and roll for Gerald then.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say that you can stim pack him. Tell you what, I'll say you can do this for your turn to stim pack him. So neither you or he will be able to shoot this round.
Okay.
But if you successfully heal him, he'll be up for the next round, no matter what.
So basically, he doesn't get to roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So just
but I also
Skeller with the 8 then.
Okay. So the 2 remaining guys, they rolled a 10 and 9 respectively. So the first guy is going to shoot for you. So you take another hit.
Well, I mean, can we assume that if I'm stim packing Gerald, we're taking cover? Because, what's the point of using a stim pack if you can get shot while you're using it?
Sure.
So,
I mean, I guess I'm picturing all this happening super quick. So sure, they're trying to take cover too and shoot and whatnot. So,
but they don't have cover. They're coming in through an airlock. We set up, cargo crates and stuff.
Oh, sure, but I mean, if you're sprinting, they can run up and then hide behind something else.
Yeah.
You gotta take the hit, man.
All right, I'll take the hit.
because you didn't say you were going to try to take
This is
cover.
true.
You
This
were
is
just
true.
stim packing. This is an action you're trying to take. Maybe you're trying to dodge fire to get to Gerald.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's the sitch. So you get shot again, man. And you start to think like, if only I had taken the armor off of that gypsy merchant. Like,
Don't even with me right
really
now,
helpful,
Cody.
right?
They probably shot me in the leg anyways.
I mean, the shoulder thing is what happened last time. So, and the other bad guy, he shoots Rathskeller. So Rathskeller goes down. However, as Rathskeller is going down, he gets his shot off and he shoots one of the other guys.
Nice.
So you have taken 2 hits, but you're still in the fight. Gerald will be up for this next round. It's there's just the one thug left.
Okay. That is also all
Right.
of my dice. So I had to struggle through those rounds of combat
okay.
with just my D10s, but that is everything.
Got it. All right, so go ahead and do a level up real quick then, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, let's do 2 skills plus 1. So obviously, circumstantially, we're gonna up shoot politely and yeah, you got to think long term. Let's up tech one more as well.
Oh, okay.
And we got all of
nice.
them dicey boys back too.
Oh, yeah. So you're back to 8, 10, 10, 12, 20?
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. All right. You can go ahead and do this new round.
Okay. Gerald rolled an 8, and I rolled a 7 plus 2.
Okay. So here's the deal. Thug Boy saw his 3 homies just get cut down as soon as they entered the ship. He's nervous now, and he's actually spending his turn turning around, running back into his ship. And he succeeded with an 8.
Okay.
But since you and Gerald collectively fired 3 times at him, I'm going to say that you shoot him in the back. and he
Collectively,
goes
we
down.
fired 4 times because my gun does 2 damage. I got that fancy space gun.
Well, it fires once with 2 damage. Gerald fires twice with 1 damage each, so there's a difference.
That's 4 damage still, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess he dodges 1 damage, but then
I
he
see.
gets hit with 3 more. Yeah, so he's very dead. All right, you've repelled the invaders. I'm gonna say that you now have a chance to react. It seems to you. So Phoebe's communicating with you from the ship a little bit, and she like comes over the con and says, "Hey, Captain, all right, I think what we're looking at is we just had 1 boarding party from that first ship, and I think the other ship is like flying cover. I don't know how y'all doing down there, but we're gonna have to do something fast if things don't go well for that first ship. The second one might just shoot us. I don't know. What do we do, boss?"
Okay, Phoebe, I need you to send a transmission to both of the ships. I don't know if there's anybody left on the first one, but I need you to send a transmission to both of those ships and threaten them. I guess we don't have proof. How big are these ships? Like, do I assume that there are more people on the ship that's docked?
They're not massive ships. I mean, respectively, they're each a little bit smaller than your ship is. So, and usually these kinds of ships kind of have like small bands of, like space pirates that like fly around and do things. So with 4 people coming out of the first one, there's like maybe just a pilot left in there at most.
Okay.
And there might be a couple folks on the other one. Hard to tell.
Okay, Phoebe, I just need you to hold on for a minute. We're gonna take charge of their ship here. So Gerald and I are gonna Rathskeller, he'll be fine. I'm sure it's not a mortal wound. Gerald and I are gonna charge into the other ship and get to the bridge as quickly as possible.
Okay. All right, you rush in. Nate, roll. This won't be a specific skill, but choose whatever die you want to roll. And roll it knowing that you need a medium difficulty to pass.
Okay. We are doing a 12 then. But there's no modifiers because it's not a specific skill.
Correct. Yeah.
12!
Okay, you needed that. You needed that. So you run in, and you know the ship may not be empty, and you kind of like dodge to the right a little bit, and a pistol blast like goes right past your head, and
Mama.
Gerald levels his gun at the pilot who just fired at you from the cockpit, and he's gonna roll. Actually, I'll let you roll. Roll the d20 for him. I'll let you do it, man.
Yeah, he rolled a 3 though.
Okay, so he shoots, and he misses. But at this point, you guys are up and upon him, so you can scrap with him if you want. But there is a pilot left in the ship.
Let me think here. Dang, I should have used my sneaking shoes.
Dang it.
Let me think here. Okay, since I'm almost dead, I'm going to take cover, intentionally so that I'm safe, and I'm going to have Gerald fire at this guy.
Okay. So I guess a round of combat then. Go ahead and roll Gerald's d20.
Just a 7.
Well, the other guy got a 5, so Gerald and this guy shoot at each other.
Okay.
And both miss still.
Okay.
So there's rounds like going into the ship, like you're getting nervous about like making a breach
it's their
in there.
ship. I don't care. Another round.
Okay. Another round? Are you still cowering? What you doing?
Oh, I'm still cowering, man.
Okay.
Can I gotta save my stim pack in case Gerald gets shot, so 5.
Pilot got a 9. So he hits Gerald. And Gerald goes down. But as Gerald falls, his fancy gun flies out of his hands and slides right next to you.
Fancy gun that shoots twice?
Yeah, which doesn't mean much if you don't pass the check.
How about this? See, my plan here was to kill the pilot, who is proving to be surprisingly more resilient than the 4 warriors that were sent aboard.
Well, you guys just keep missing is your deal.
I am actually going to... So my plan was to take over the bridge, send a video communications with a dead one of their dudes, just so they knew that we were... we weren't to be played with,
Nice.
Then they would leave, theoretically.
Maybe chop off his head.
Obviously, that's not going to work since we're totally and entirely inadequately suited for, apparently, gun-to-gun combat. Instead, I'm going to grab Gerald, and we're going to head back. And...
Okay.
Just a second here. So I'm working through this. Can Phoebe seal their... Can she seal their airlock or kick them out, or has potentially, all the firing that we've done into the main console, affected their ability to stay locked to us?
I'll tell you what, since they're docked to your ship and Phoebe's a good pilot, maybe Phoebe can try running some tech maneuvers or something to try to override their ship, and then you can get control back so you can you can't fly away, but to lock out your ship.
Yeah.
So sure, maybe she's been working on that. Let's see how she does. I'll make this a piloting thing more than a tech thing. Dude, she got a nat 20.
Nice, dude. Phoebe's back,
20,
bro.
homie.
She's back.
So I'm gonna. Here's the deal. Yeah, Phoebe does a Trojan horse thing into their ship, from the console of your ship, and you can now control their ship in whatever way you want, as long as it is docked with your ship.
So the most important thing is we need to send a message to the other ship, right?
Okay.
And if I just
wait.
What's up?
I'm gonna need you to make a roll first, but if you guys are trying to flee, because this other guy's still gonna be shooting at you, and if you're trying to drag Gerald out of the ship.
Yeah, so we're trying to flee back to the airlock here from their ship.
So I guess roll scrap, because that's the most physical skill, and whatever die you want. This is going to be medium still. Well, you know what? Nate, this is going to be hard. It's going to be a hard scrap check since you're trying to like evade fire and back out of a small confined space while tugging Gerald and not get shot.
And what's the threshold for hard?
12.
First, can we take cover and can I stim pack him then?
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. The pilot will basically spend that opportunity to like get up and kind of try to move towards you to get a better line of sight. But yeah, you stim pack Gerald. Gerald will be up for the next round.
Now we're going to book it to the airlock.
Okay, so I guess it'll just be a medium for both of you guys then, since you're both up and running. Okay. Except Gerald can only roll an 8 for this.
So I'll roll for both of us here?
Yep, and I'll roll for the bad guy.
And I have -2 to my rolls, so that's not good.
Ouch.
So I have a total of 3, and Gerald rolled a nat 1.
Okay. The pilot rolled an 8 shooting at you guys, so he's going to shoot Gerald again. So this is the third time Gerald got shot, man.
That's amazing.
And what's great about this whole situation is like you guys fight. There's 2 of you left, so you're gonna charge into the ship. And then you both just get shot down, and you come running back out. So Gerald's down. I mean, the pilot was only shooting at him though, so it doesn't really matter that you like failed your check. I guess I'll say that you get out, but Gerald's down inside the other ship now.
I get out?
Yeah. Since the pilot is only firing once, so I guess it didn't really matter if you succeeded at evading. He was just shooting at Gerald.
I forgot to mention.
Oh, sure.
Well, part of my whole plan here is I was going to throw a grenade and then seal the airlock.
How much do you like Gerald, man?
That's kind of my point. So ideally, in a perfect world, we were both going to get out alive.
Okay. How's this going down, man? How's this going down? Again, Phoebe has control over the ship. She could just like shut the airlock now, but I mean,
that
Gerald's
doesn't help
still
with
in there.
Gerald
So
on it. Yeah. I mean, Gerald's literally gonna die here, no matter what, because the pilot's just gonna kill him. Okay, so
I mean, well, yeah.
But
here's the deal: like with the med bay is the only reason that your crew members cannot die after they get shot. Because you don't heal from 0, but you can be revived from 0 in a med bay. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, characters would just die anyway.
Okay, well, I guess since I wasn't attacked, instead of trying to run out, I would like to tackle our accoster here.
All right, roll a scrap check, and he will do the same.
It's a 6 + 1, it's a 7, but then my rolls get -2, so we're looking at a 5.
Ooh, he got an 8, homie. Psh. So you charge at him, and he just punches you in the face.
Checks out.
Because you've already been shot twice. You're not feeling super great. So also take 1 damage to your scrap stamina. Yeah. And he's looming over you now. Now what you gonna do?
Kick him in the crotch.
All right. Roll. Wait. Did you have to level up now?
Nope. I have one D8 still.
Oh, I see. You're just working down the line. Well, roll scrap.
I did get an 8, but we're looking at -2 still, so it's a 6.
Well, he got a 3. So you successfully kick him in the groin.
Nice.
And he goes right down. He's not dead or anything, and he's still in the fight.
All right, quick
but
pause,
he is taking
pull
a
up the main
demoralizing
menu,
blow.
and we're going to level up.
All right. Quick save.
This time, let's go let's add a couple bonus D4s.
Nice. All right. So you got 2 of those puppies.
2 of those puppies. Okay. So what happened? I kicked him in the crotch, so we're both on the ground, or what? Was I ever on the ground?
Yeah, he punched you in the face, and yeah, let's say that kind of decked you. But from the ground, you kicked him in the groin.
Cool.
So, yeah, you can like get up and do something now. I'm gonna say he has -2. do his roll.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Oh, dang. Okay. Roll shoot politely. I guess he's just gonna try to deal with you.
And I'm gonna add a D4. Wait, okay. How does this? How does this work now? Do I just have to beat his roll, or do I have to meet a threshold?
Well, it's weird putting Scrap up against shoot politely. Scrap is usually whoever gets the higher roll gets to do a thing. Or how do we even do it with the boxing match? Maybe it's like if you both succeeded, you both hit each other. So make an executive decision here. If you can roll higher than his number, you'll be able to like stop him from dodging and you'll be able to shoot him.
Okay, because I was going to potentially add a D4, but I think if I'm rolling a D20 and he's rolling a D12 minus 2, I'm feeling good. And is this shoot politely or is this Scrap now?
Shoot politely.
Okay. Okay, I got a 6, which is +2, but also -2, so it's just a 6.
He got a 3, so you're fine.
So he's dead.
So
shoot him in the face.
you level a blast right into this guy's face.
Awesome.
He is down and out.
Okay, I'm going to
you finally have the ship.
Stagger to the controls there on the bridge and send a video, or I guess a video call. What is this? WhatsApp? I don't know. I'm gonna call.
You FaceTime him.
Yeah, I'm gonna FaceTime the other ship. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. All right. You pull up the feed, and they respond, assuming that they're going to be talking to their friends. Jackal 2. Oh my gosh!
Hey, Jackal.
Who are you? What's going on?
Jackal, whatever. Who cares? By the way,
This is Jackal 1.
Jackal.
Excuse
All
you?
right, yeah. So
What did you do to Jackal 2?
here's the deal. We killed all your little jackals. They.
What?
I would say they put up a good fight, but quite honestly, we steamrolled them.
Those were our best jackals in the whole jackal gang.
Yeah, that sucks.
How did you deal with them so quickly?
Well, guns. So here's the deal. My boys are still, they're feeling good. They're itching for a fight. So if you want...
Man, how many of you are there? There must be like a dozen of you on the ship.
It's a baker's dozen, is what I would call it, really.
Dang.
So,
what is that, like 13?
I think it's 13. Is it?
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Hey, that's a prime number, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're prime fighters, so what do you want from us?
Yeah, man,
So here's the
Dang,
deal.
is that...
Here's the deal. So we can go ahead and we also have a complete remote control over this ship. So if you want, we can I'll get off the ship, we'll detach it, you guys can dock, and we'll kill you too.
Your ship isn't looking so great. Like, we're pointing our guns at you, right? What if we just shoot you? What if we did that? How would you feel about that?
Well, we're all on this ship, so if you do that, I'll come destroy you with this ship.
Oh, dang it. How much do you like your ship? Because if you don't back down, we'll just blow up your ship.
Okay, and if we do back down?
We'll just take your stuff. No hard feelings. I feel like that's a decent trade. Like, you kill half of our best crew members, and we just take all of your stuff. Does that sound good?
Did you say kill all of our crew members?
What? No, you killed all of our best crew members. We'll just take your stuff as a trade. How's that?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm processing. Give me a second here.
All right. You don't have long, though. Like...
Okay, I'm going to have Phoebe detach this ship while I'm still on it.
I guess you kind of like subtly try to do that even though like you're on a video call right now.
Oh, I'm just going to cut the call and tell Phoebe to detach this ship to kick the ship off.
You cut the call. Phoebe does that. You are now floating away.
Well, I'm immediately going to go attack them. That's what it is.
Okay. All right. They're trained at you, so I'm not going to say that you get any sort of like surprise attack on them, but you can roll for a round of combat now.
All right.
New round of ship combat.
What's my health?
Well, you have not hit this ship at all, so both ships are perfectly fine.
Right, but what's my ship health?
Oh, 4.
Okay.
You have 4. 4 hull health. And here's the deal. This ship has +3 to anything you try to do with it. So that's pretty sweet. But
I'm using my own personal dice here, of course.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I am. Do you know what you're doing?
Heck yeah,
All right,
man.
what do you?
What am I doing?
I'm doing a fancy.
You're doing fancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are they doing?
They are straight up firing at you.
Perfect. Okay.
So how'd your roll go?
I haven't rolled yet. I was just wondering what they were doing. I am gonna add both of my D4s to this roll.
Dang. All right.
Because I have to get a 12 plus, and all I have to roll is a 12 here, so.
Yeah.
That would be a 6 total, minus my 2, so that would be a 4.
Gosh.
Well, plus 3, so it's a 7. And I used both my D4.
I mean, that's not your fault, man. Like that's the best.
That's the roll of the die,
you
man.
can set up for. Yep. Well, and speaking of roll the dice, they rolled a nat 12, so they hit your ship twice. So you take 2 damage to your new hull, and you do not hit them at all. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Phoebe comes over on the comm system, just between you and her. And she says, boss, so I did a thing. The ship is failing. The ship is definitely failing, but we're actually like in a little bit of a spin. So I've got my finger on the trigger.
I just need to guide him in.
We're turning towards. If you can get him in my line of sight, I can finish this sucker.
Okay. Does that have to be a ship combat thing? Like, do I need to do an evade or a full burn, or?
Tell you what, I'm going to say survive one more round of combat, doing whatever you want to do, and at that point, Phoebe will be in position to fire.
Okay. So my only move, of course, then is to evade, and I just have to hope I can roll high enough. Wait.
Okay.
I can't. All I have is 10s and lower. So no matter what I do, I can't. Wait, no, it's
hurts.
8 to 11. Okay. So there's a chance.
So you're going to have to roll real good.
Real good.
All right, well.
I did, in fact, roll a 10.
Really? Okay. They successfully fired, but only fired once. So.
And I did an avoid fire. Well, actually, it's a 13.
Okay.
I forgot this. I get a plus 3. Well, and a minus 2. It's an 11. It doesn't matter.
Okay, dang it, that close. Okay, so they try to shoot at you, and you just manage to spin the ship out of the way, and you spin out of the way in such a manner that you're leading them further towards Phoebe. So Phoebe is going to go ahead and take a free shot at him. She rolls a 3.
Gosh dang it, Phoebe.
Off of a D20. So she shoots, but I'll say that for the next round of combat, they're still going to be within like enough range for her to fire again. Yep. All right. What you doing now? You know, Phoebe, all she can do is pull the trigger, so she's just going to shoot.
Okay. I am going to do jockey. So we're either going to fire or we're going to double fire.
Okay. All right. All right.
I got a 7.
Well, they were evading.
And Phoebe?
So, I mean, they evade fire twice. Phoebe's rolling her 20. She got well, she fired, but they evaded.
Right.
So you both fire. You just don't fire so good. Phoebe fires okay, but this ship rolls out of the way. So they're actually out of range from Phoebe now. And they're still on it with you.
Can I guide them back in any way?
Sure, I'll say that each turn you make will go on and off rolls with Phoebe.
Okay.
So if you try to like keep maneuvering in such a way that in order for them to get at you, they have to be in the line of sight.
So this round's just me, no Phoebe. And we are going to do a full burn.
Right, and
doesn't matter. Too low. What'd they do?
They're firing. They only got a 2 plus 3, so they fail no matter what. They were going to shoot. Here's the deal, though. They turned their attention to the boombastic. So they're trying to finish Phoebe. Sure. They did miss. And sorry, what were you doing?
I rolled too low, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So it's a wash.
But I did just level up, so we're changing a 10 to a 12.
Nice.
And we got that 20 back.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
baby.
so now it's Phoebe and I against them again.
Yep. And Phoebe can fire this time, but they're trying to take out Phoebe too.
All right. So I guess we're both doing just, well, she's rolling a d20, I guess, and I'm going to do my jockey. So fire or double fire.
All right.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. Phoebe missed the shot, just barely. You successfully hit them once. Nate, they got a nat 12 again on the Boombastic.
Yeah, and
they shoot. And they shoot a crippling hit into the Boombastic. Your comm goes down from Phoebe. You see debris and fire flying in all directions. The Boombastic has been taken out of the fight.
Okay, what does this mean, Cody? What does this mean?
Dude, I don't know. Because the Boombastic already took lots of hits, and they just got hit like twice more. I'm not going to say that like the ship splintered into 1,000 pieces. Maybe there's still some hope left. Maybe. But this is real serious. You did get one hit on them.
And they have 4 health?
Yep, so they have 3 health left.
I mean, I guess all I can do is attack them again. I mean, I don't know.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
It's all you can do, man.
That's all I can do, Cody. This could be it. I got Gerald dying in this ship. I got Rathskeller passed out, and Phoebe, I don't even know what she's doing. I can't contact her. They're both right on the precipice of death. It's time to do it. I guess we got to do a fancy here. All or nothing, man.
All right. They're rolling too. What'd you get?
All I have is a 12, so I got to roll 12. I have no D4s because I already spent them. I got an 11 minus 2 plus 3, so it's a 12.
You did it, dude.
That's a triple.
They rolled a 1. They were also doing fancy. So they did nothing. But man, you just barely eked out the fire 3 times. So you eviscerate their ship because they had 1 damage plus the 3. You rip them to shreds.
Okay, no time to celebrate. I gotta go. I don't even know if I can dock or if at this point the ship. There's no hope for the ship. Are there any spacesuits on this little ship?
Yeah, there's like a little compartment that you open up, and there's 2 in there.
Okay, I'm gonna suit up, and I'm going to parallel park next to the Peregrine, the Boombastic, and I'm going to propel over to our ship and get inside. Is this possible? There's got to be like a talcum-sized hole in our ship at this point, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can navigate in there.
I'm gonna go find. I mean, they're dead then, right? Like if the hole was breached, they're dead.
You exit your craft, and you have some little propulsion jets on your suits. You can kind of maneuver around, and you get a good look at the Boombastic. The cargo bay is gone, so that's where you left Rathskeller. So Rathskeller's gone. The most of the ship is kind of like mangled at this point. But it looks like the cockpit sealed itself off and maybe survived the damage. Maybe Phoebe's alive, but Rathskeller's gone. Gerald is down without a medbay. You don't know if you can revive him. This is not looking good.